My Celtics have just edged the Sixers 108-100 in Philly in Game 3 of the NBA playoffs. Sorry guys, I've been away for the last few days. Life has just been hectic. I've not watched any game. I've just been seeing results. And yeah, I'm glad that we're back with the win. If you're new here, my name is Dex. This is Box to Box Hoops. We're on TikTok, IG, and on YouTube. So please subscribe, follow us. You know, do the necessary. Where do we start? Yeah. JT, JB. Our J's. First of all, JT has just passed Robert Parrish and Bill Russell in the all-time career playoff points. And then JT has now moved into number 3, joins the 3,000 club. The only other players to have 3,000 career points in the playoffs are Larry Bird, Larry Legend, and Hondo, John Havlicek. So, yeah, shout out to the Jays. But this game was just about the others, as always. I mean, of course, them as well. But then the others being Pritchard and Derek White. Like, those guys just give us, man, like, I don't know where we'd be without those two. First of all, Derek White, the thing is, we've got, I think as Celtics fans, we've gotten to a point where he's been having bad shooting games since January. But there's no Celtic in his mind who says that Derek White doesn't deserve to be on this court, right? Because what he gives us defensively is just so much. And then like that offensive rebound he gets at the end of the game that leads to the Pritchard 3. Was it the Tatum 3? The Tatum 3. So timely, so clutch. Like, he just always come through. And Derek White is that guy. Nimi was getting into fights with everyone. There was the elbow from, was it Bona or Drummond, one of them. Then the tripping with Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre was so amped in the first few minutes of the game. And the thing about like watching the playoffs, especially if it's not your team, when someone is doing all those things against your team, you're just like, dude, like, just calm down. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But then it's the playoffs. What else are they supposed to do? They need to be amped. They need to be psyched up, right? So immediately, I'm just like, yeah, like, I get it. Like, Kelly Oubre, like, when you make plays, you have to be in the moment because you never know when your number might be called again. Well, in his case, he has to play because they don't have Joel Embiid. Who else was impressive? Sam Hauser had an okay game, just an average game, like nothing too crazy to write home about. The referees were it was a bit weird. Like, okay, the one thing I'll give them is consistency. Like, they would call an offensive foul on this side. Like, there's one where they called Bonner had like 2 offensive fouls. He finally fouled out, but then 2 of his fouls came from screens. Really weird screen setting with the hands. And then when Vucevic does it, it was also called. When Brown did it was also called. So I really didn't have any issues with that. It's just that I felt like there was so much in the game. There was so much in the game, but not necessarily to one side or the other more. They tried. And then what's weird is like things would happen to us, it would happen to them. Then happen to them, happen to us. There was a point where 4 positions in a row, you have offensive rebound, offensive foul. Then there was basket interference, and there was the whatever interference on both sides, both baskets. So, I mean, you can't complain. I feel like as long as they're being called evenly and they're being consistent with it, that's fine. But it's just hard to look beyond the fact that they are a factor in the game, right? So their calls meant the game was a bit slower, like just grinding. The physicality now went up. But in general, I feel like they dealt very well with everything. Like, honestly, they dealt very well with everything. I have no complaints. This pick and roll, I didn't know that in 2026, a Paul George and Andre Drummond pick and roll would cause us problems. So, like, there was 3 pick and rolls that just happened in a row, 3 possessions in a row. First one, Jaylen Brown plays amazing defense on Paul George until like the last second when he's like falling towards the basket. And then because Vucevic comes up, he just gives it to Drummond, who has a free dunk. And then the second possession after that, they do the same, something similar. And then Vucevic comes up, but then Drummond is open in the corner. No, that was like 2 possessions later because Drummond had just missed 2 free throws. Gets the ball in the corner. And how you can miss 2 free throws And then the next position you come and hit a corner three is just wild with Derek White coming running at you. Then the third time, they run the same. They run the pick and roll again, but this time Vooch kind of stays home. But Paul George sees like the basket is there, right? So he just like scoops it all the way up and it's in. And those three possessions in a row, you're like, man, Mazzulla, do something, put in Keita or someone. But then also I was like, no, we need Vucevic to be run. We need Vucevic to have these high playoff minutes, high pressure moments with the Jays. Because if you think about it, he had his thumb. He missed a whole month just before the playoffs. Tatum came just 10 games before the playoffs, so he hasn't played with the group. And then he also just traded, and I think he only played less than 10 games, right, before he got injured. So around 10 games. So he really hasn't gotten time to get those reps in. And yes, this is a high pressure moment, but it's still the first round of the playoffs. So it's high pressure, but it's not like conference finals where everything is on the line, right? So you can sort of let them figure it out. And I think Joe has done that a lot. So he has empowered these players to be like, okay, some things I'll let you figure out, especially those three. Those are veterans, right? Vucevic, late 30s. JB will be entering 30s soon. And then JT is like 27, 28, but it feels like he's been in the league since he was 17. So like 17 or 18, I can't even remember. No, 19. He's the youngest. He was the youngest player when he entered the league. So they figured it out, and you could tell now the positions though, like the adjustments is what made now Drummond really become a factor. And that is how we took Tyrese Maxey out of his game completely, because there was a point where he was killing us in the fourth quarter. He just started making threes, and I'm just like, dude, this guy is killing us. And Paul George as well. There was a point in the third quarter, where he only had, I think, 8 points, and then all of a sudden he just goes crazy. He hits those jumpers on the baseline. Like everything was just hitting for Paul George at some point. So we had to do things to take them out of their rhythm. And I feel like the adjustments we made, especially with Vucevic, did work. And then whenever we went like 4 or 5 points up, we never went more than like we only went 10 points up once. I think it was 41-31, and that was it. Like everything was like 5 points, 6 points, 7 points. Anytime they made the run and came back, we found a way to just to get those points back. Then the other thing that really helped us also in the third quarter especially is free throws. We were getting to the line, because without free throws, I think we'd only made 4 up until the 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We'd only made 4 field goals. So, and made 9 free throws. So like, dude, without those free throws, I don't know where we'd be. So again, just being aggressive, going to the basket, just trying to get that shot. The ball was moving. That to me is special. Like, I've been wanting the Jays to be part of a ball movement, right? Like, it creates so much for them, and it's the selflessness, like also whenever the ball goes, they know it'll come back, and it comes back then. And that's the thing. I feel like JT, ever since he came back from his injury, the last like 2-3 years, he's become more of a playmaker. But this year, ever since he's come back, like there's one where he had a pick and roll with Vucevic, and even before Vucevic has made the turn, he's already like made a bounce pass, and I'm like, dude, that ball is going to be intercepted. And the defense was also kind of confused, because it's like, yo, that ball has come too early. And just like that, that's how we got them, So, yeah, JT, man, keep doing your thing. Like, yeah. For me, this was supposed to be an off year, right? As a Celtics fan at the beginning of the season. So I'm going to take every moment. I'm going to enjoy every playoff moment. And, yeah, let's see where this takes us. When you come to Philly, Paul George was good. Maxey was special. VJ Edgecombe, I need to take a minute to talk about VJ Edgecombe. VJ is, as a rookie, man, amazing player. I think he was finished third in rookie, or actually it's not been announced, but he's one of the 3 nominees. But he's not above Con, and he's not above Cooper Flag, right? VJ is amazing. VJ has like serious hops. Like, but the mistakes, I think there was like a period of like 2-3 minutes where everything he did was just, there was the turnover, there was the Which turnover was it actually? Yeah, the actually two of them where he gets the ball. There's a rebound. He gets the ball and he's trying to make like a quick fast break pass. And then as he's in the air, he realizes, oh shit, Derrick White has jumped. He's going to intercept this ball. Then he comes back down with it. Travel. Then a few moments later, we come with the ball. I can't remember who was trying to score. He's called for the offensive basket interference. We get the 2 points. Then they go the other side. Then he gets he gets the ball. There's this thing where he does every time he gets the ball and he's trying to attack off the dribble. It's always so close. It's always so close to be a travel. And this time it was called a travel. He was very tentative trying to shoot threes. There's moments where he was so open he doesn't want to shoot the three, right? And after how he killed us in game 2, a game which I had to watch the highlights before this one, so at least I know what's happening. And that dagger that he hit at the end, it's so surprising that he was so tentative and so hesitant to take that three, especially how good he was in the previous game. So again, the guy is a rookie, so I'll cut him some slack. He's been so good for them this year. Honestly, I don't know where the Sixers would be without him, because already they were without Embiid for a while. So VJ really stepped up, and these are just things that rookies go through, to be honest. Like, rookies have this thing where once you get to the playoffs, like, the attention is different. Like, right now you've played 3 games against the same team in 5 days, right? The scouting report is on you because there's no Joel Embiid. So everyone is looking at you, and every move you make is under the microscope. And this is where like playoff experience is so, so crucial. And yeah, VJ will get it eventually. Like, this is something he has to go through. All rookies go through it. There's no rookie who comes in the league and is ready-made, apart from Magic Johnson and LeBron. But even LeBron had to go through it. But Magic Johnson is probably the only one who... Dude, this guy was a guard and then played when Kareem got injured in the finals, had to play center. So yeah, there's some people who just come, and those guys were born different. Yeah, VJ, man, one of my favorite players, to be honest. One of my favorite rookies coming into the league. So I find it very difficult talking about him because I want to talk shit about the Sixers, but I can't talk about, like, VJ is just. And then Paul George, once upon a time, was one of my favorite players in the league. It was him. Then it was Gordon Hayward. Just before he got to the Celtics. Then when he got to the Celtics, I was like, yeah, that's my guy. Then first game, we all know what happened. Then yeah, I have a liking for small forwards, and guards generally. So once I see a guard who basically plays like a forward, VJ is one of those people. The guy plays like a forward. He plays like a small forward, and his feet. First of all, he has such quick feet. The moment I was seeing Peyton Pritchard trying to take him one-on-one, and I'm like, dude, you have to call for a screen. That guy, his feet are too quick, and he's bigger than you. So he has your size. He has a size advantage, and he can move his feet, which means he can more or less shut down anything you try and throw at him. So you have to like make him move a bit more, make him go around the screen. So yeah, I mean, VJ will just get it. He'll be fine. Drummond, I keep calling him Draymond. Drummond and Bona, they'll figure it out. Like, at this point, you just have to see. When you're Nick Nurse, you have to see where the minutes are, who's giving you better minutes at what point, right? The thing with Drummond kept on sleeping in the first half. Like, I was like, why are you sleeping? Every time he was just like sleeping and falling. Yeah, really weird. But I feel like, yeah, he gave them good minutes, to be honest. Like, these guys, Nick Nurse is just squeezing the most he can from this team. I don't know what else he can do, to be honest. Jordan Walsh didn't score any points, had 5 rebounds, but he had to come in and try and cool down Maxey a bit. That's his job. And the thing is, even if he goes above the screen and Maxey goes above, so Maxey takes the screen and then Jordan Walsh comes above the screen, right? What happens is that if it's someone like Peyton Pritchard, Maxey will just rise because it's like, Pritchard's not getting my shot. But if it's Jordan Walsh, he knows, like, this guy can jump from behind and try and block my shot. So he knows, and Jordan Walsh knows that in his head. So again, players like Maxey, you have to throw different looks at them. You can't give them the same look every time. They will figure it out and they will burn you. So yeah, I think he gave us good minutes, and then Baylor Sherman was just Baylor Sherman. Man, this sidestep 3 moving to his right and shooting with his left, like, it's just so pure. He will finish you. Guys, he will finish you. That was one of my two favorite threes. That one and the Peyton Pritchard one. Because if you look at the Pritchard one, the one he hits in the fourth quarter in the last like 2 minutes, when the ball comes to him, first of all, the shot clock is just about to die. Tatum has gotten the ball, he's doing things of fumbling. He's like, all right, here, gives him a grenade. The first thing Pritchard does is he hits that jab. When he hits that jab with his right, it's so proper jab, right? And it's so quick. Kelly Oubre has to make a small move. And that small jab, if you're watching and you're a young player, that small jab is what buys him. That's when it goes to sidestep on the other side, that's what buys him that space, right? So being efficient with your movement, understanding how players are moving and using their own momentum against them. So that's what he did. One jab, Kelly Oubre has to think about going that side, no matter how long you are, how big you are. By the time you come back, that guy is too quick. He goes, he raises, and he just shoots. And it was in. And he was like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm that guy. So, yeah, Peyton Pritchard, you're the guy. All right, so that's game 3. Game 4, I think, is in 2 days or 3 days. Let me go and watch this old man cook these Rockets. If these guys go 0-3 down, it's going to be quite hilarious. KD is not playing. Was ruled out just before tip-off with an ankle injury. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. What are they showing? Most playoff games with something. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's game 3. Let me finish this game, and I have to watch it back in the morning and then do a post about it. So, yeah, peace.